Hey, good morning and welcome. Good Sunday morning and welcome to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show brought to you by LPV Productions. I'm your host. I am Chad Bryan. With me, as always, are my buddies, Ryan Mosser and TK Dandridge. There our names are. You see us. Hey, here we are. Guys, what's going on, man? How we doing this morning?
Doing good, man. Doing really good. Glad to be back, finally.
Yeah. Listen, you can tell us why you missed last week, right?
Yeah. So I missed 2 weeks ago. Had a death in the family, unfortunately. But last week, my wife and I had our third son. So really awesome. His name is Jack. He's really cool. Having a baby is much easier than having two toddlers, which we also have. So the hospital was a nice little vacation for us, I guess, if you will. So, but it's awesome. Yeah, mom and baby are healthy, and we're just really, really blessed. God is great. So
awesome. Congratulations, guys. Molly Earhart, my friend Molly, says, yo.
What up, Molly?
What's going on, Molly? Thanks for watching. It's my friend Molly from college. Anyway, congratulations to Ryan and
Thank you.
family. Man, that's fun. The new addition, that's always fun. That's exciting. I'm too old for that. I don't know if I can keep up with it, to be honest with you. We talked about
I'm getting there.
Yeah. It's rough, man. But no, I'm happy for you guys, man. I'm really happy. We missed you on the show last week, but we also had fun. So there's that.
Yeah, Autumn did a great job. Shout out to her. Thanks for
did a fantastic job.
A wonderful job.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We talked about maybe having some more crossover episodes, not just in Jersey Chasers and us, but the other shows on the network.
Sure.
We love everybody on the network. Everybody's really talented, and we want to work with everyone. We want to get to know you a little bit and come on our show. We'll come on your show, whatever. We'll make up a show together. We'll do whatever we have to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we got to talk about the Browns. Unfortunately, I know it's whatever. It's fine. It's just what we do here, right? So what is there to watch today? I mean, are they going to beat the Bills? Probably not, right? And even if the Bills lose, do they care? I mean, I just looked at the playoff chances. If they lose to the Browns today, their chances are still 99% to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think they care but that makes them probably more dangerous in a way, because it's not like a must-win game. Anyway, so what is there? I know. There's something. The Myles Garrett Sack Watch 2025. We are currently at 21 and a half sacks. If you're doing the math at home, that's 43 balls. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know.
You're an idiot. Oh my God.
We're gonna move on. Listen, the record's 22 and a half. Obviously, Myles has a great chance of
That's so
I
funny.
think that could happen today. No, I don't know. You got a little bit of a mobile quarterback in Josh Allen. Could be an issue, but I don't know. I mean, the Bills like to throw it around a little bit, and depending on whether or not they can get their running game going, we could see Myles Garrett with a few chances in pass rush today. Ryan, what do you think, man? What's your gut feeling? Does he get the record today?
I mean, I think he has to get it today.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's going to break the record, of course,
Mhm.
but he absolutely needs to break the record this week versus the Bills. I don't want a single person having any excuse or add an asterisk next to his record by not accomplishing it in 16 games. That's what Strahan did before they extended the league to 18 games. That's what Myles has to do. He has to break it today. He needs to, shut up the haters before they even start chirping, to be honest. I mean, go out there, break the record this week against the Bills. The Brown. I'll say that for later. Yeah, he needs to break this record. The Browns defense will be the second hardest challenge that Josh Allen has faced this year. They played week 12 against the Texans, and Josh Allen was sacked 8 times. So if there's anything, the Browns have the second best defense. So there's a possibility where, weather could be affecting. I mean, I know he's used to cold weather. It's not super cold today, but you never know. We'll see. Myles has got to break the record today. He has to.
Yeah, like I said, you'll never hear the end of it, right, TK? I mean, if he doesn't get it today, he could have 11 and a half sacks next week. And it wouldn't matter, right? Because all anybody will ever say, Steelers fans and probably some Giants, he didn't get it in 16 though, so it doesn't count. It doesn't matter. He can literally end up with 35 sacks and nobody would care if he doesn't get them in 16. If he doesn't get that record in 16, right? TK, is that a thing?
Yeah, it's definitely true. Steelers fans are going to look for any and every argument to lean with their guy, and rightfully so. I can't blame them for that. I still believe, for the most part, and I hate to say this as a Browns fan, that for the majority of both of their careers, that T.J. Watt has been the better player. But this also has a lot to do with position versatility, and of course, talent surrounding him. He's had Cam Hayward for his entire career, for a very long time. He also had Stephon Tuitt, who was a force in the NFL. Guys like Tyson Alualu as well. And also having an edge rush partner like Alex Highsmith works. Obviously, he's going to work in his favor. But, I'm just one of those guys that's willing to give credit where it is due. But right now, it's Miles' world, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, TK, I've agreed with you on the show. I think I think TJ Watt is probably a little bit more versatile than Myles Garrett. I love having Myles here. It's great. But I think TJ Watt just gives you a little bit more versatility. You can do a little bit more, like you said, different position, different kind of thing. But just, is he a little more versatile? Yeah.
Was he? Is he or was he? He's struggling pretty bad this year. But.
Yeah. And by the way, I do hope TJ Watt is doing better. Nobody here wishes ill will on anyone.
Absolutely not.
Team or what color you wear, whatever. We do hope that he's recovering well from.
Right.
That's a scary thing, and I know it seems like it just happens or whatever, but it's really that we know of Tyrod Taylor and now TJ Ward. That's a scary thing. So we do hope that he's on the mend, and obviously we don't want that to happen to anybody. We hope Watt's okay. Okay. Yeah, I think my gut feeling is you're right. I think Myles Garrett has to get it, and I think he does get it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. The Bills have been so up and down with the running game that you never know. And if they get out to a big lead early, then you're obviously going to have some less pass rush opportunities as the Browns defense. But they are still going to throw the ball a little bit. I think they'll use that short game, and they like to get Josh Allen back there and at least get him outside the pocket and moving a little bit. He's a very mobile quarterback. So, you can see Myles Garrett run him down a couple of times today, and I think break the record. We'll see. What else do we have to get to? It's time for our it's the weekly Shedeur progress report, right? If you just look at it from the surface, last week against the Bears, it didn't go well at all, really. The numbers didn't look good at all. Big loss, 3 interceptions in the game. And before we get to our breakdown, I'm gonna play a video. I didn't tell you guys I was gonna do this, but I have
Cam Newton.
Yeah. I just wanted to play this for you. Let me put this up, and I'll put a little screen up because we'll hide up.
The Cleveland Browns are not a good, talented team. And I think the only focus should be is evaluating all talent that you have on your roster now. And that's including Shedeur Sanders. Now, those plays that transpired into interceptions. The first play was a tip pass. Tip passes happen no matter what the quarterback is. The ball was being thrown or attempted to be thrown to a specific receiver where that's where the defense indicated the ball to go to. You throw the ball, it gets tipped, it gets picked. Okay, can't do nothing about it. It's all within the game. The next interception goes to Jerry Jeudy.
Hit him in the numbers.
Which goes back to my point. I don't think the Cleveland Browns are a talented football team. So we still have to figure out who's going to be on this roster moving forward next year as we evaluate our roster top to bottom. The third interception was probably a rookie mistake or the worst interception of them all because it was a levels kind of combination where Shedeur just got greedy. That play cannot happen.
Levels explain.
The weakness in cover 3, it's a 3-high secondary where you got a single high safety, cornerbacks playing deep third. Okay, cool. You take a receiver, you run him, the cornerback out. The soft spot should be in the area where you may run a corner route or you may run a deeper out route. That's what they did. They had flat control and they were reading the hook curl defender and he can't be right. Well, Shedeur made him right by forcing the ball that did not need to be forced. Just take your flat control receiver and then just live to fight another day. Now, those type of plays will happen with young players. You understand that. We understand that. Everybody gives young players grace. That just comes with reps. Now, what cannot happen, you cannot keep making these same mistakes. Now, Shedeur may say, hey, I've been in this situation as a quarterback. He's like, yo, we need a play to be had.
Correct.
I have to force the football just to get something going, but you don't have the roster to do that. You have chunk plays to be had, but methodical drives typically challenge a defense or the defense challenges the offense to say, hey, are you going to keep taking this flat route? Are you going to keep taking this check down? Are you going to keep taking this drag? We're not going to give up the big play, and the Chicago Bears obviously did not, given the result of those type of plays. But at the end of the day, man, Shedeur is a player just like most young players that needs reps to keep figuring it out how this league works. It's different than college. Once a team has film on you, they're going to study you inside and out, lab rat style, to make sure that what you want to do, we're going to take that away. And that's what the Chicago Bears did.
All right, so there you go. I mean, there's Cam Newton. That's from 4th and 1 with Cam Newton. There's Cam Newton's take on it. And listen, I mean, we said it on the show yesterday. We talked about it, TK. I mean, one of those interceptions on him. Fine. Okay, that's great. One was clearly on Jerry Jeudy. It should have been caught. It was a great throw. And one, you just chalk it up to the game. It happens, right? To pass over the middle, whatever, it happens. I know the haters are going to be out in full force. 3 interceptions. I mean, can't play in the NFL. But, I mean, please tell me that it's better than what we had with Dylan Gabriel, where he couldn't throw the ball 14.5 yards down the field. It can't be better, right? It can't be better with Dylan. No offense to Dylan Gabriel. Again, nothing personal. You just have to be able to throw the football to play quarterback in the NFL. I think that's seems like an important part of the job description. But here we are. I didn't think the game was on Shedeur at all. Like Cam Newton said, man. I mean, the Browns just don't have the roster to really, you don't have a lot of guys that are going to go up there and win you like the 50-50 balls, right? You don't have a Jeremiah Smith on your roster, a Carnell Tate. You could have.
Yeah.
You very well could do that.
Yeah.
You could do that. And then you could spend the rest of those picks next year on offensive linemen, just bring in all offensive linemen. Or whatever, all quarterbacks. I don't care. I mean, just do whatever. Get wild. If you're the Browns, you can do whatever. No, I think the Browns have something to build around in Shedeur a little bit. We talked about it yesterday, TK. I mean, Ryan, do you feel like when you watch Shedeur Sanders, do you feel like, granted, listen, I'm not saying he's going to progress next year to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Those aren't my words. I just think the Browns have something, a starting point to build with Shedeur. I mean, do you feel like that or no?
I mean, honestly, ideally, I would love that. Yeah. I mean, do I think he's the future of this franchise right now? I don't know. Right now, from what I've seen, no. But he has not had a fair shake, and he deserves a fair shake. Absolutely. I mean, he's shown flashes in his first 5 starts for sure. He has the arm talent, the mobility, the willingness to push the ball. He's also been one of the most pressured quarterbacks in football. I mean, in the last month, he's been pressured a high league high, 44.5% of pressure rate, which is insane last month. And that context matters, He's a rookie. He's being asked to be developed in chaos, and it's not really fair. That being said, it doesn't matter if it's fair. That's his situation. He's got to overcome it. But Buffalo brings one of the NFL's best pass defenses into Cleveland. They've held opposing quarterbacks to just 60.5% completions this year. And they excel at taking away the deep areas of the field, which Shedeur is obviously flashing. His big plays have been down the field, and that's where he's most aggressive. The sportsbook have Sanders set passing prop at 181.5 yards. That's slightly below his season average at 189.2. So that tells you everything. Vegas is expecting a grind today for sure. This isn't, about beating Buffalo today. I'm a Browns fan. I don't want to beat Buffalo. That's stupid. We need a better pick. It's too late.
I think absolutely nothing comes of winning today.
I mean, this is about showing growth against a playoff defense behind a patchwork offensive line. And that's being kind. The offensive line's trash, and they're going to be bad next year as well. In a season where the Browns are openly evaluating the future. Bottom line, Week 16 is a stress test. That's it. The Bills want to expose him. The Browns want to learn about him. And Shedeur Sanders has a chance to show he's more than just a rookie surviving the season. He's a quarterback worth building around. So,
to me, I think if I'm Shedeur Sanders, that takes some of the nerves off of it, right? Like, it's just you're going in. Like, all you're being asked to do is not put the team on your shoulders and drag them to the playoffs. That's out of the question. We know that. The Browns are eliminated. That's fine. But really what you're being asked to do is just go out there and grow. And I feel like this is like those first couple weeks at a new job, right? Where you're just like, no one expects you to like be really good or anything. You just gotta go out. Don't trip over yourself and like try to keep a pulse or something. You'll be fine, right? And that's where Shedeur is today. It's just sort of like, hey, go read the defense, just react. Just rely on some instincts or whatever. I mean, yeah, you gotta go with the playbook. Hopefully we'll have the right, wrist accessories with all the plays. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get him all the plays on his little QB wrist thing. But regardless, I mean, that's beside the point. That was another. We'll talk about that in a moment when we get to our Kevin Stefanski WTF moments. There are so many this season. There have been so many throughout the years. It's been wild. It's a wild ride. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where he is. I mean, TK, don't you feel like that kind of takes the pressure off of him a little bit? Just go out, like Ryan said, just go grow, right? Go grow within the offense. Don't try to do too much. Handle the game and play it as it comes at you, right?
Absolutely. What we all need from Shedeur to do throughout these next 3 games, channel it back to the University of Colorado. If you want to go back even further, go back to Jackson State, where you had to make things work with less. You were always on the lesser talented team every time you took the field, damn near. So just take it back to those segments of your playing career and just go out there and let it rip. We know this kid has all the talent in the world, all the moxie. He does have poise. He did not flinch one bit during that 31-3 drubbing versus the Chicago Bears. This was something that he needed because after a legendary game like he had against the Tennessee Titans, you're going to have to bring yourself down to earth at least a little bit. And the performance against Chicago did exactly that. I do expect him to come out fiery, not necessarily too aggressive, but I do expect him to look to push the ball against a very middle-of-the-road Buffalo defense. Again, this is not about winning. This is about growth. This is about making timely plays, improving and progressing in his development as the season goes on. And having to develop in chaos is obviously going to hinder that somewhat. But if he can get out of that unscathed, it will say a lot for the future of this team. And even more so going into 2026, the need to draft a quarterback becomes lesser because you want to see that in full fruition. You want to see if the lessons that he learned from these few starts towards the tail end of the season are going to pay any type of dividends, or had we just wasted yet another draft pick. I do think this is important. I do hope that he does well. We're going to see. We're going to get a load of it today. We're going to see exactly where he's at today.
Yeah. And listen, even if he doesn't do well and it doesn't work out, the Shedeur Sanders draft pick feels much less like a wasted draft pick than the Dylan Gabriel pick does at this point to me. Reaching to the third round, again, I've said it probably 100 times on the show, reaching to the third round to get a guy who probably everybody else in the league had as an undrafted free agent, maybe seventh round at best. It brings back the Cody Kessler vibes for me. It skews me out a little bit. Whatever. It's a weird pick. It was a weird reach. Didn't like it. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't even know what I've said all I can say about it. So, guys, listen, let's move on because it's that time of year, right? As millions of Browns fans lay down to bed with visions of In the Hunt graphics bouncing around in your head. Let me ask you, will we ever see meaningful December football here again in Cleveland? Is it ever going to happen? Like, I remember the days of Baker Mayfield and the shoulder barely hanging on, but at least we were going to the playoffs and things were happening. And, you know, you were beating the Steelers and almost beating the Chiefs, and things were like, it felt like things were on an upswing, right? Like, finally, good things were happening on a football field in Cleveland, Ohio. Like, just this Cleveland. But now here we are again in the midst of probably another 3-14 season. It doesn't look much better for next year. I mean, Ryan, you've highlighted the questions and concerns and really flat out panic along the offensive line because it's not a question or a concern. It's really bad. It's going to be worse next season. It's terrifying. You don't know anything. There's not one single question answered on that offensive line coming into next year. We're at that point. So, I mean, I don't want to say anytime soon because it doesn't feel like it's going to be anytime soon. But will we ever see meaningful football in December again in Cleveland? TK, tell me something good, man.
I don't want to be too dramatic here and go off the rails because obviously it looks bleak right now. It looks bleak right now, but you have to remember we are the same franchise that managed to avenge 0-16 rather quickly, going 7-8-1 in 2018. Obviously, 2019 was a walking abortion. But we were able to get to the playoffs in 2020. I do think we could see meaningful football in December. Granted, we play all our cards right as early as next year. We very well could if we have. If things go well and we play our cards right, listen, this is a very important offseason that we have here. We understand that we need help at both the wide receiver and across the offensive line positions. At the same time, I do believe that we are going to have an extremely quiet free agency. We're only going to have $60 million worth of cap space, not to mention that we still have one of the freakiest Negroes in all of America still on this roster, slated to make over $80 million next year. So I do not expect us to go crazy in free agency at all. The draft is going to be very huge for us. We need to find top-end talent at a cheap price. So we're going to go heavy. We're going to go heavy in the draft. Whoever is in this front office in April, please draft Carnell Tate if he's there. I mean, this needs to happen. No, I don't want to overpay for Alec Pierce. No, I do not want to overpay for or have to deal with any of the mental gymnastics that Brandon Ayuk comes with. I don't want any of it. That's not necessary. Damn sure not for us, considering the situation that we're already in right now with Mr. Freakazoid. So, I really need the focus of this team to get young and acquire more talent that way. I don't want you guys spending a boatload of money. We obviously know that they're going to have to use some of that money to bring some folks back and to possibly get newer depth pieces. We all get that. There is no reason to overpay for 40 receptions and 3 touchdowns a year in Alec Pierce. There is no reason on planet Earth to pay that damn money. If the Colts want to do that goofy shit, go ahead. The Jets want to go ahead and swivel up, go ahead. We do not need to do that. We owe enough dead money as it is.
Is there rumors that the Browns are trying to get Alec Pierce? I've not heard this, but that would be insanely stupid.
I've been seeing it everywhere.
I've
been seeing it everywhere, mostly on Browns fan sites that he is a potential free agent target.
That's so
I'm not feeling it at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a great down the field threat, but he's not the answer to our problem. He's not
at all.
Yeah.
You're going to pay $20 million annually for just over 40 receptions annually. Right.
Yeah,
I ain't doing that shit.
That's
crazy.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
Dude, he's got the hot mic buttons today, buddy.
Yeah, we're on the sound effects. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. I haven't seen that yet. I've been reading some crazy things. That's not one of them.
I've been seeing it everywhere. Driving crazy.
Man, all right. I'd rather try to make Dylan Gabriel a wide receiver before we do that, but whatever. Hey, at least he's on the roster already. It's not anyway. I don't know. Well, so we called a couple weeks ago. You watched the Titans game. They went for 2, right?
Oh, wait, do I get to answer the meaningful?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, meaningful December football. I'm so sorry. That's my bad.
You're good.
Go ahead.
Oh my god, no, you're good. What was the question again? It was, will we see meaningful football in December? Right?
That was the question. Yes.
Okay.
Before I tried to rudely interrupt you and move on.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I do think that obviously
you're in the back of the card. That's my fault.
Oh, you're good. I don't think TK is. I don't think. He said next year. I don't think that's right. I mean, looking at the holes, there's a lot of holes to fix in 1 year. We'll see. I feel like they're going to try to slap a Band-Aid over a bullet hole before they actually do anything meaningful. But I do think that eventually they will have meaningful football in December. I mean, but only if they start trying to shortcut the quarterback position and finally build organizational stability, with the front office. And, this is going to sound, counterintuitive because all I want for Christmas is Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry to be fired and to lose their jobs. But if you think about it, honestly, the AFC North has really shown the blueprint. Every team in the division has gone through a reset. Ravens rebuilt around Lamar. Steelers rebuilt around defense and stability. They're top of the division, even with an old guy, Aaron Rodgers, as the quarterback. The Bengals rebuilt around Joe Burrow. Cleveland's problem isn't talent. They have a Super Bowl caliber defense and some nice pieces on offense. It's poor coaching and roster construction. They have the players to make December, matter multiple times, but they just never had the alignment and the right coach to lead them there. I don't really want to hear about Kevin and his playoff win where Mike Prefer coached and won that game while Kevin was on his couch at home. That doesn't count for me.
I always picture him sitting at home playing Madden.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is what I should have done. Yeah. Meaningful December football returns when the Browns finally pick a successful quarterback, a coach with an official system, a general manager who doesn't act like the smartest guy in the room, and they stick with it long enough for it to grow. You can't build a December team when you never get it right in September. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. And we hardly ever feel like we have it right in September. We're always coming to the season with some huge question. Not one quarterback, but 5, or whatever. It's just, and I don't know, the old saying, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. Well, when you have 5,
you have 4, you have 5. Wow,
-6. I don't know. I mean, it's like, it's whatever. I mean, can Jerry Jeudy throw the ball? Because he can't catch it. Do you think? Never mind.
I don't want him touching the ball.
No, not even at all. I don't want him taking a pitch. I don't want him snapping the ball. I don't even want him playing catch on the sidelines, to be honest with you. Let's just move on. Okay, I'm sorry. Now we're going to move on. Ryan got to answer the question. Do you feel better, Ryan?
I do. Thank you.
Jeez, man. Hold the whole show up. I'm just kidding. That was my fault.
I work hard on this prep.
That's 100% my fault, buddy. I'm sorry. So anyway, I was saying a couple of weeks ago, we watched the Titans. You brought up the legendary game, TK, from Shedeur Sanders. I think it would have been a little more legendary if some better coaching decisions had been made and the Browns could have actually come back and maybe sent that game to overtime and won it. It would have felt more legendary. But we've seen, crazy punts from, inside the 40-yard line instead of just going for it on the short fourth or whatever, kicking a field goal,
that was egregious, and I think should be investigated by the FBI. And I'm being serious.
I mean, that was really bizarre.
Insane. I mean, that made Vegas a lot of money. That's all I'm going to say. That decision right there. So
yeah. So this week's Kevin Stefanski WTF moment. What does that look like? And before we listen, we have something exclusive. We've never had this before. I have a live feed right now. Kevin Stefanski is sitting at his desk, right? In the, I don't know, in Huntington Bank Field. He's got a desk somewhere. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. Just go with me. These are his actual thoughts. We got a live feed into his thoughts. This is crazy. Let's check this out real quick.
Kevin, you're completely helpless. No, Kevin, you're what the French call les incompetents.
Kevin, I'm going to feed you to my tarantula.
Kevin, you.
All valid.
That's so
thought.
funny.
Well, I think all valid thought. I understand everything running through his head. I think someone may try to feed Kevin Stefanski to their tarantula. I don't know. I mean,
les incompetents.
Les incompetents. Yeah. It's not wrong. It's find the lie. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it before. I don't think his future here is. I don't think he's got much time left. Real quick, before I get your guys' take, let's get Double A's take on this, because I think this is a Kevin Stefanski and an Andrew Berry thing. Ryan, you mentioned the GM that acts like he's the smartest guy in the room. Maybe he is, but when it comes to football, IQ is probably up there, right? But the football decisions haven't really been there. I mean, one good draft isn't going to save you. I don't care. It's a good draft. I'll give credit where credit's due. Like TK said, I'm willing to give credit where credit's due. One good draft here is not enough to save.
Well, even in the good draft, they still drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round.
Huge questions.
Created
right?
that, yeah.
Yeah, you nail some positions, but then you make some really, really boneheaded decisions. So let's get Double A's take on this, because I think he had something to say about Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry as well. Let's get that first, and we'll get back to you guys.
Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski should not return for the 2026 Brown season. That shouldn't be a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's just common sense. But we're hearing reports that both of those guys' future is up in the air, meaning that there is open to those guys coming back. And in particular, Andrew Berry. And I think it's a terrible idea. It's malpractice, to be perfectly honest, to bring either of these guys back. Quickly with Andrew Berry, one good draft does not equal 5 other years of failure. How is Jed Wills doing? How's Anthony Schwartz doing? Talk to me about that. One of the worst, it's the most expensive roster and the worst roster in the National Football League, the Cleveland Browns, and that's thanks to Andrew Berry. Believe me, this general manager job with 2 first-round draft picks, a really, really elite level defense, this is a coveted offense. This is a great job. This will probably be the best general manager opening. So you will get the best candidates for the job. So you got nothing to worry about there. Don't even think twice. Andrew Berry, I know he's a nice guy. Bye-bye. I wanted to look up something with Kevin Stefanski because, we heard reports that Stefanski would be hot in the market, and this whole idea that he could be great somewhere else. Right? So let me give you a couple names. And I just pulled it up here just to confirm. Tony Dungy won Coach of the Year twice. Won it for the Buccaneers in 97, won it for the Indianapolis Colts in 2005. Andy Reid has won AP Coach of the Year award with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2002, and obviously multiple nominations. Andy Reid and Tony Dungy both had multiple playoff appearances for the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Both of those organizations let those guys go because it was time for a new voice, time for a new change, and neither of those guys won championships while they were with the Eagles and Buccaneers. And yes, they went on to another team and they won a championship. Obviously, Andy Reid with the Chiefs, and of course, Tony Dungy with the Buccaneers. Would you put Kevin Stefanski in the same class as Tony Dungy and Andy Reid? Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. Unprepared team. Kevin Stefanski wasn't allowed to pick his quarterback. What's Dylan Gabriel doing right now? So we need to cut that out right now. This should be the end of the road for Kevin Stefanski here in Cleveland. And if he does well somewhere else, let him. But you have a future you have to worry about right now. And it ain't happening here in Cleveland. So let him be successful somewhere else. Obviously, the success is not happening here. And forget about the idea of, Andy Reid and Tony Dungy. He's not in that class. But the same resume, coach of the year, all that stuff. So stop it.
I thought he was about to compare those guys, and I was going to roast him. So
yeah,
he almost had me in the first half.
He almost had it. I'm not gonna lie, he had to stand in the first half. Yeah, and then he said, "Stop it." And listen, I agree. I think it's got to end. It feels very much like Kevin Stefanski's lost the locker room, so to speak. Whatever, cliche thing.
Years ago.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that guys dislike him. He seems like he's probably a likable. It's hard to get any kind of read on his personality from his press conferences because he's so Belichickian. I mean, it's got to be better. That's all it is. I mean, it's just got to be better every week. We got to be better. We got to be better. Never any better. Sometimes we're worse. Sometimes it's marginally the same. It doesn't really ever. It just never improves, right? So I feel like it's got to be the end of the time, the end of his time here. I don't know. Do you guys like I said? I mean, are we gonna punt on third down today? Is there gonna be a weird I don't know, take your quarterback who's red hot out on a 2-point conversion, and it's fine. Let the rookie running back deal with it. I mean, let him make the decision on whether or not to pitch. That was weird, right? That was a weird decision. The punt inside the 40 against the rate, that was a weird decision. Those are bizarre things.
It was egregious. I'm telling you, man.
And yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. And again, I'm not really I don't want to see the Browns win a bunch of games here at the end of the season. I don't want to see that. And end up with the 12th pick or something. That would literally be worthless, right?
Maybe the Browns
yeah. They go on a hot streak and take out the rest of the NFL for the season. Yeah, we went 6-11. Shut up. You ruined your draft. Shut up. Anyway, I don't know. Dumbass. That's all I got. But I don't know. It's just it feels like something weird's gonna happen today. They're gonna be in this game with the Bills with a chance to win, and I don't know. Whatever. Does anybody care? I mean, does anybody even care? Just please do something so egregious to get fired. Just do something. Stefanski, just please get fired. Is he trying to get unemployed? He won't quit. He's not gonna quit, right? We can't have that's not gonna happen, right?
No, Jimmy Haslam's package for coaches after they get fired is insane. He'll get paid for the next, couple years. So
get paid expired pilot flying J rebates. Whatever.
Yeah, he just got extended this year as well, so he'll get paid that full contract regardless.
Good times, great times. Cannot wait for the Browns to be on the hook for more dead money. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be worth it, I think, to have a new voice and to have a new face in there and someone else to tell us we have to be better every week. Don't you? I think it'll be better. Fun times. All right, listen, let's take a quick break on the Inside Edge Network. We're going to take a 2-minute break because when we come back, guys, Ryan, grab the snacks. TK, you got 2 minutes, man. We got to gas up the car because, guys, we're going around the NFL. We're taking a road trip around the NFL when we come back. So, again, give us 2 minutes here on the Inside Edge Network. We will be right back. Hang out with us and join us as we go around the NFL when we come back on the other side of the break. Okay. We're back on the Inside Edge Network. Listen, hold off on the road trip. Don't go anywhere yet. Don't jump in the car. It pointed out to me by someone. I will not mention any names. He is on the left side of your screen. He's got a hat on, and there's a bear on the hat. I'm not going to say any names, but it's been pointed out to me that I am doing a terrible job of hosting the show. Literally his words. You're doing a terrible job of hosting
I never said that. That's crazy.
The angriest emoji I've ever seen in my life. It was wild. No, I asked what the listen. There's the you see the I asked what Kevin Stefanski's WTF moment was going to be this week, and I didn't let anyone answer that question. So dumbass, that's my fault. I messed that up. Ryan,
let TK go first.
No, now TK gets to go first. Okay, well, I'm losing control of the show. TK, tell us, man, what is it? What's your gut feeling like? What does this week's moment look like with Kevin Stefanski? Like, it's going to be something. Something's going to happen, right? Tell us what you think.
Dare I say we see a repeat of the Tennessee Titans game where we're down by a touchdown or two, and then we decide to go for two for whatever reason, especially after Shedeur makes a big play or goes on a big drive.
Yeah.
You know, I remember thinking that we didn't do the Wildcat thing until Shedeur got in there. I was wrong. We had actually done it before that. It started. I think the Miami game when Q had that legacy game. So, but I'm just not sure. We might kick a field goal on second down, or we might
from their own 26
challenge an incomplete pass. Balls by the dude's ankles, but somehow he caught it. Stefanski's going to throw the challenge flag out there. Look, I don't know what's going to go down today. As far as Stefanski, who knows what goofy sabotagery type stuff he has cooking up in his brain. We don't know. We just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, just let him cook. Right? Let him cook. Something will happen. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know specifically. I guess the I almost said it. WTF moment is that he's still employed, to be honest. I mean, Stefanski arrived in Cleveland as a supposed offensive guru, but the Browns haven't fielded a top 10 offense since his first season. The scheme has become predictable. Explosive plays have dried up until Shedeur got in there. Quarterback development has been non-existent throughout his time here. The locker room clearly no longer reflects his identity, whether the messaging isn't landing, the energy's flat, or just because the players have a brain and know that Kevin is incompetent or whatever the heck they're saying, Home Alone. But the culture shifted when they shipped Baker off and brought in the guy who's accused of over two dozen sexual assaults from women, and when the culture drifts, it's almost impossible to recover it without a complete reset. The biggest indictment also, for Kevin Stefanski, when injuries pile up, when the QB changes, when the weather turns, Stefanski's offense doesn't evolve ever. Now, it shrinks, it becomes conservative, predictable, easy to defend. Great coaches adjust. Stefanski doubles down in pride and mediocrity. I'm not sure what specific boneheaded move today he'll do to ensure that the team is going to lose, but he'll for sure make sure that it happens. So.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like people, but he's the quarterback whisperer, but he was an offensive guru. Remember Minnesota? I mean,
oh my God, who the cares?
I mean, his offensive scheme drove out Stephon Diggs too when he wanted to release and went to the Bills as well. So, I mean, as much as it caters to these guys, it never caters to a wide receiver one, really. And it doesn't matter because Andrew Berry can't pick a wide receiver one out of his butt. So.
No, they like to feature the wide receiver 2.6 here. That's what they like to do. It's fine, whatever. Hey, listen, gas up the car. Are we good? Ryan, you're good?
Let's go.
Should I move on? Okay. Listen, gas up the car. We're going on a road trip. We're going around the NFL. Here we go. Hang on, everybody. We're taking off. All right, here we go. All right, listen, join us as we go around the NFL. We're going to go quick today. We're going to go super fast. We got to be out of here by 12:30 today. We're going to be a little early. My kids have a thing. It's a Christmas pageant. If you know my kids, if you're watching and you know my kids, this is must-see TV. You cannot miss this stuff. So it's my kids anyway. I wouldn't want to miss it. So real quick, we got a Thursday night matchup. That was a fun game, 38-37. Seahawks beat the Rams in overtime. Wild game there. We were talking about yesterday on the show. TK and I we haven't really seen any passing yards all season. And then suddenly Matthew Stafford just goes for almost 500. That was
right.
Puka Nacua, 225 yards receiving in that one. That was a crazy game. Yesterday, Saturday, this is the time of the year where we have not only college football playoffs to watch, which were somewhat entertaining. There was a game where people forgot how to play offense. There was a game where people forgot how to play defense. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't care about that. We care about Miami. And listen, I told TK yesterday on the show, Ryan, I know you agree with this. Miami fans are going to be insufferable the next 10 days, right? Talking about pass interference calls and late flags. And listen, shut up. Because if all the correct calls had been made in that game anyway, that game never would have gone to overtime. You would have lost in regulation. Please stop saying things. Do not make sounds with your face, Miami fans. Shut up. It's ridiculous. All right. Anyway, the Eagles.
25 years. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, they haven't let it go. Whatever. Ohio State broke the U. We all know that.
Yeah.
The Eagles Commanders yesterday. The Eagles went in they took care of their business. They won 29-18. The Eagles are the worst good team in the NFL or the best bad team in the NFL. Whatever. I'm not really sure how that goes. And then Green Bay, Chicago, another overtime game, right? Green Bay loses in overtime to the Bears. The Bears won it 22-16. I think you and I expected that. TK, we talked about both those games yesterday. So, some entertaining Saturday NFL football. Again, meaningful December football for a couple of these teams. Sorry. So let's start with, I don't know, where you guys want to go? Let's go Chargers.
Cowboys.
Let's do that. Sorry, my screen went away from me for a second. The Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite at home in this one somehow. I think that's weird. Maybe it's just because it's in, Jerry's world or Jerry land or Jerry town, Jerry Atrick, whatever. No, that's me. I'm not sure. Chargers, Cowboys. Ryan, I'm going to start with you, man. What?
Sorry, you're frozen for a second. Yeah, this could be a good game. Chargers offense looks okay. They struggled as of recently a little bit. They're middle of the pack, 15th overall. Their defense is what is really, really good. Second best defense overall, third best passing, 10th best rushing. Their offense, I really like Omarion Hampton coming back. Obviously, that 1-2 punch with him and Kamani Vidal is going to be crucial. The Cowboys have the best offense in the NFL. That's no surprise. So that'll be a fun matchup. The best offense against the second best defense. The Cowboys defense is absolute garbage still. They've been garbage all year. They're getting a little better after they made the acquisition for Quentin Williams and Logan Wilson, I think his name is. A little better, but still the 29th ranked overall defense. So they were so bad at the beginning of the year, it doesn't really matter. Offense obviously looks fantastic. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens has taken a little step back, but he's still fourth overall receiver. It'll be a fun game. I'm going to take the Chargers here just because I don't like the Cowboys, and I really like the Chargers defense. So.
Okay, but they're America's team, right?
Not my team.
All right, fair enough. He's not American. Okay, TK, what do you think, man? Chargers, Cowboys. No, I agree with you. I'm not.
Yeah, I am full blown asleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers on the road. I expect Herbie to get loose. It's obviously nice to have Omarion Hampton back to pair with Kamani Vidal, as Brian had stated. And this defense is absolutely horseshit after they had let J.J. McCarthy basically dissect their insides and leave them laying all over the parking lot. This team is very, for as mid as they are, they're more close to terrible than anything. I expect the Chargers to blow them out today.
All right, yeah. 1.5-point favorite. I get you're playing at home, but that's wild. Yeah, I expect the Chargers to win this game as well. I think they're going to handle it. All right, everyone's favorite dead dynasty. The Chiefs are going to go play the Tennessee Titans. Chiefs aren't going to lose to the Titans, are they? Hey, listen, they're only a 3-point favorite at Tennessee. No Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, they're not the same team that they were just a couple of weeks ago, or even, I was going to say a couple of years ago, or even a couple of weeks ago. I said that backwards, but yeah, I don't know. Chiefs Titans. It's weird that no one really cares about this game at all on either side. I don't know. What do you think, TK? Chiefs Titans.
Yeah, I'm going to channel my inner Arrested Development here and go with Tennessee on this one. I do full on expect a gritty performance from that of Gardner Minshew, who's going to be filling in for Patrick Mahomes today. I love Jockstrap King, always have. Thought he was a beast coming out of Washington State. Definitely outplayed that 6th-round draft selection and should have been the 2019 Offensive Rookie of the Year over Kyler Murray. But you know how the NFL is, and they're goofy popularity contest optics. So, that's neither here nor there. But this is a game that I expect Cam Ward to fully break out in. He is wonderful these past 4 or 5 weeks or so, especially with the game against us. Not to mention, he was very good against the 49ers last week, albeit in a 13-point loss. This is a feel-good win for the Titans. I do think that they're more interested in getting this win for the culture as opposed to fighting for a draft pick. They're going to finish in the top 5. That's just cemented in stone already. Where at in the top 5, I don't think they care. So I think they're going to blindly pull this one out in front of their fans in Nashville. Got to remember, they don't have a win at home this year.
That's rough. That's really rough. Ryan, what do you think?
I think this game is going to be so boring and awful. So boring. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs are done. They're out of playoffs. 6-8. Pat Mahomes torn ACL. Gardner Minshew is going to come in. I like Gardner Minshew, but on the year he's 3 of 5 with 1 interception, 5 rushes for negative 6 yards. I mean, allegedly he's ranked as the 326th overall quarterback right now, which doesn't make any sense because there's not 326 overall quarterbacks to play this year. But nonetheless, that's his ranking because it's
I'm just below him somewhere, I think. Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, him and Uncle Rico. I mean, the running game is okay. I would just wish they would have one solid guy there. Rashee Rice is out as well, which is a big blow for the receiving core. So it's just going to be Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce. It's not going to be a fun game for the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Titans here, even though I could care less. I don't think the Titans are very good. I don't necessarily think Cam Ward is going to have a great game. The Chiefs' defense is still 7th best overall. But why not? I mean, I'm tired of the Chiefs winning. It looks like they've lost every single piece of armor on their team now, so it looks like they're vulnerable, and I would love for the Titans to beat them. So I'm just going to take them out of spite, I guess. So.
Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like this could be one of those like 13-12 games or something. It just seems like it's just shaping up to be a pretty snoozer, really. Hey, man, speaking of snoozers, Bengals Dolphins. Wow, like we're loaded on games that just really don't mean anything this week. The Bengals are a 4.5-point favorite going into Miami. It's at Hard Rock Stadium. Ryan, any thoughts at all? Do you care? Bengals Dolphins. I mean, what's going on this week with this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Tua's out. Tua most likely will never play another down in Miami. That's per Tom Pelissero, NFL Network. So Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter. That's the guy who Arch Manning, who has struggled this year a little bit, couldn't beat out as a 7th-round pick last year. One-time Buckeye, but nonetheless, he doesn't look that great in Quinn Ewers right now. Devin Achane is still a beast. He's going to get his 5th overall running back. Very, very good. This Bengals team is just so bad. I think Joe Burrow is one hit away from maybe ending a career, which is crazy. I mean, they cannot protect this guy. They can't, even with the best receiver, probably the best receiving core in football, he's still struggling. Last week did not play well. They have a really bad offense, the worst defense in the NFL. Give me the Dolphins. I think that Devin Achane is just going to run all over them, and that's going to be the key factor there. So.
Yeah, I feel like Joe Burrow is a guy who maybe needs a change of scenery. TK, what do you think of this one?
He's close to the Andrew Luck story here, I think, which is crazy. So.
Yep. Can't blame him.
I'm kind of split on this game. The Bengals very well should win this game. I really don't see any point for either team to really care about this game, other than the fact that you can't go out there and blatantly tank because you get investigated. The FBI is hot right now.
Sure, you can. Kevin said, "Listen, yes, you can."
You probably can. But I do think Quinn Ewers will play very well today. I do have a strong feeling that he'll just come out and have a pretty solid game. I still don't understand how he fell all the way to the 7th round. I mean, this is a guy that played meaningful football well into January at his final season at the University of Texas. I think a lot of people just remember that last fumble against Ohio State and, Jackie Sawyer going all the way to the house with it. I think that was a lasting image of him. Maybe that had a lot to do with him falling so low. But regardless, this is a game that I think the Cincinnati Bengals should win. Basically stick to the same formula of force-feeding Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and, see what happens. Miami's DBs ain't nothing to be worried about anyway. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the Bengals on the road.
Yeah, I think Ewers' big problem was just he didn't really read defense as well. He didn't process that well. Didn't get through his progressions that well. or that quickly. Luckily for him, Bengals don't have much of a defense, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Bengals should win this game. I feel like they should go in and handle their business here. Let me check the next matchup between absolute playoff powerhouses. Jets Saints. Sorry, that's Whoops. We got to get through them, right? Let's get through them. Jets Saints. TK with the blurry face. What do you think, man? Jets Saints. Saints are a 6.5 point favorite in this one. Like anybody's betting this game. Who cares? What do you think?
Yeah, give me New Orleans in the Big Easy. Yet again, another team that is near the top 5, doesn't really care too much about draft position. I think they're happy with their quarterback so far. Tyler Shuck. I don't see the need to, try to force your way into getting one of the top 2 guys in this year's quarterback class. Because this QB class this year is weak. You guys could take a flyer in the 2nd or 3rd round on your hometown guy, Garrett Nussmeier. Just to make things simple. But, I definitely think this is a game that the Saints win. Jets are in full-on tank mode. They realize that 3 wins was way too much.
3 wins seems to be too much for the Browns, too. That's about the limit. They can't take anymore. Remember when Garrett Nussmeier was talked about pretty widely as like a top 5 pick in the draft, and then, whoa, he fell off. Anyway, Ryan, I almost did it to you again, man. I know you're dying to talk about Jets and Saints, so let me give this is a big one. Jets Saints, man. What's your thought on this one? What's your feel?
Yeah, give me the Saints here as well. This Jets team is a mess. They just fired their defensive coordinator, clearly made him the scapegoat. He had a top 10 defense before they traded away 2 of their best players in Sauce Gardner and Quinton Williams. Now they're 20th best, so he had to be the guy to go. It's not the head coach there, obviously. Brady Cook, starter. Who? Right? I don't know. Garrett Wilson's, they just sidelined him for the rest of the season. I guess the only person there who's going to make any plays possibly is A.D. Mitchell, and for at least for the receivers. Last week, 8 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown, but I'm not confident in A.D. Mitchell. And Breece Hall is a former shell of himself for sure. He should have been traded at the trade deadline. Tyler Shuck looks okay. The question will be with the running game with the Saints with Audric Estime. Is he going to play? Is Kamara? I thought he was out. I'm not sure. It was questionable last time I saw, but it looks like Estime is going to be the main guy there. Devin Neal, the rookie 6th-round pick, is now on IR. Chris Olave looks really good. Jawan Johnson also looks really good. At least they have some pieces on this offense that resembles something of a playmaker. So give me the Saints here.
Fair enough. I wish we could get to a game that we care about. But we're struggling to get there. Hey, listen, Raul Havana says, Richard Todd starting. Probably. Why not? Bring him in. Sign him up. Who cares? We'll get Rex Ryan out there. Get a kicker. Foot game. All right. Okay. In another battle of absolute just franchise quarterbacks, you've got the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Tackle Football Giants. Giants are not the favorite in this one. Minnesota's a 2.5 point favorite going in. No Cam Scatterboo, obviously, for the Giants. We know we talk about that injury every week. Oh, man. Brian, what do you think, man? Vikings, Giants in New York at MetLife Stadium. What's your thoughts on this one?
I don't care, honestly. Vikings suck. I don't like J.J. McCarthy at all. I've said this many times. He has looked okay the last few games, looked a little better. I will give him credit for that. Justin Jefferson's is the best or second best receiver in the league and is doing nothing right now, 26 overall receiver, just because his offense cannot get him the ball. Jordan Addison also, just not doing really great. The Vikings defense is the only thing that was really keeping this team in any, not really contention. They're 6-8, but winning some games. They're a top 10 defense. This Giants team, I actually really like Jackson Dart. I really like Tyron Tracy. He had a really good game last week. Wan'Dale Robinson is a top 10 receiver, which is baffling to me because, this guy has done nothing. I had high hopes for him, and then finally he brought it all together, and all it took was an unfortunate injury to Malik Neighbors there. Giants offense is rolling. They're almost a top 10 offense. Their defense is really bad. I'm going to take the Giants here in a game that I don't care about. I just think Jackson Dart's exciting. They're more fun to watch. Obviously Justin Jefferson is the best player on the field, but if he's not getting the ball, then, they can't really do nothing with it. So,
yeah, you gotta get the ball to your best guys. TK, what do you think, man? Vikings, Giants.
I think the Vikings are still buzzing a little bit from that win in Dallas. I do believe that they take that into MetLife Stadium today and pull away with a tight victory. I think 9 is starting to figure it out just a little bit. I don't think he'll be an elite prospect by any means, but I do think he is getting more comfortable with life as an NFL quarterback. Some of the early season mistakes that he made don't seem to be happening as frequently. That tends to happen when you go against a defense as sorry as the Dallas Cowboys. I don't give a damn what additions that they have made. Those trades of Quinn Williams and Logan Williams don't like they have added up to a damn thing, especially when you're getting roasted by somebody who is perceived to be a bust. But that just comes with us being impatient. So I just think that this will be another solid game. Love Jackson Dart as well. I do think the Giants put up a fight. They're going to make every game entertaining. If they're not going to win or do everything that they're supposed to do, they're going to make it entertaining. But I got the Vikings in this one.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think the Vikings pull this one out too. I think the Giants are just dominated physically and just it's kind of psychologically by injuries. Okay, Tampa Bay at the Carolina Fighting TKs. I mean the Panthers. They're not the TKs. Bucks, Panthers. TK, I'm gonna start right back with you. This is your squad, man. This is your. If you weren't a Browns fan, if the Cleveland Browns never came back, listen, TK Dandridge, they're in the Panthers gear right now. Let's start with you, Buccaneers, Panthers. What do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. Tampa Bay's a 3-point favorite on the road. Okay.
I tell you what, these Panthers get on my damn nerves so viciously. I really don't know what to think about these cats. Last week was an absolute gimme to take first place in the South, the NFC South. And these fools just didn't damn do it. However, we have another chance today at Bank of America Stadium.
Nope.
Look, man, they've been wishy-washy all year. I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers. Maybe you just need to see the foe that you need to defeat in order to defeat them instead of going through other teams to do it. Because what happened last week in NOLA made absolutely no goddamn sense. Every last one of them players should have been fined at least $100,000 for the way that game ended. I do understand there was a pretty bogus call on Lathan Ransom with a late hit, and they protect quarterbacks so much nowadays. I miss the days where you could just knock the quarterback up flat on his ass and just laugh at his goofy ass for about 5 seconds afterwards and not have to worry about the damn penalty. But regardless of the fact, you should have never been tied with this team that late into the damn game. And now I'm rambling because they make me so goddamn angry. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead with the Panthers in a close one. We'll see what happens, man.
All right. Hey, listen, TK, hater of quarterbacks. Remember, you heard it here first. Ryan, what do you think, man? Buccaneers, Panthers. How do you feel about quarterbacks? You can tell us that too.
I honestly think this might be the funnest game of the week. I've been vocal. I love this Buccaneers team. Yeah, Baker's taking a step back from his MVP talks at the beginning of the season. Bucky Irving's back. Mike Evans is back. Last week, his first game back. 6 catches on 12 targets, 132 yards. They still have Emeka Egbuka, who's obviously taking a step back. He's a rookie. That's to be expected a little bit. Against this Panthers team who, have some pretty decent studs. Bryce Young looks okay. I'm very vocal. I love Ted McMillan so much. And the running game has been pretty good, but struggled as of late. As TK said, both teams are at the top of the NFC South at 7-7. This is their first match of the season, and they play each other in 2 weeks as well. This may be one of the most important games of the of the season for playoff implications. It's going to be fun to watch. Both these teams are going to sling the ball. This is meaningful football in December. So
yeah.
I don't know who's going to win. Give me the Buccaneers because Baker. But regardless, this is going to be a fun game. So
fair enough. I'll buy in. I'll take the Buccaneers. You sold me. I'll take the Bucs. That's fine. Yeah, I think they go into Carolina to handle their business. Listen, this next game is fun because we all wanted Jacksonville to be terrible this year. I didn't really care what Denver did, but the Broncos aren't terrible. And I'm looking over at Jacksonville; they're 10-4. So again, not only can we not have nice things, we can't have other people's nice things. Like we can't even rely on other people to help us have nice things in Cleveland. It's ridiculous. Jacksonville at Denver. Denver's a 3.5-point favorite at home. Listen, Denver has already clinched a playoff spot. They're 12-2. They're a very good football team. And suddenly Jacksonville's here at 10-4. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. Maybe Ryan, I'll start with you. Listen, Raul Havana quick says Holmgren is eating the wristband blades and wiping his mouth with all the playoff tickets. So don't go see him for playoff tickets. He doesn't want you to come see him for playoff tickets because he probably has eaten a part of them while he's wiping his mouth with them. Don't worry about it. Ryan, what do you think of this one, man? Jacksonville at Denver. I don't know.
I hate Jacksonville so much. I thought this was going to be a top 5 pick. I'm so pissed. What the hell are they doing? Why are they good? They gave up their first round pick and their second round pick from last year, and somehow and now a playoff team is insane. Trevor Lawrence even looked good last week, guys. He's a top 10 quarterback right now. What is going on? Trevor Lawrence sucks. So I thought. I don't know. And even the guy that they drafted in the first round, Travis Hunter, hasn't been there in weeks, and he's on IR and he's going to be out the rest of the season. But somehow this team keeps on winning. Travis Etienne's a top 10 running back. The receiving core, they just Jacoby Myers, who they traded for at the deadline, they just signed to a 3-year, $60 million deal at 29 years old. So they have huge faith in this guy, and they paired him with Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. Against this Broncos team, and if you ask any Broncos fan, they think they suck this year, which is stupid because I'm a Browns fan and pissed off about it. So shut up. All right. Complaining that Bo Nix is doing this and doing that. He's a top 10 quarterback, and you guys have a franchise quarterback. Shut up. You're 12-2. You're in the playoffs. Stop complaining. This Broncos team is really good. Almost a top 10 offense. Their defense is very, very good. 4th overall. Running game, RJ Harvey as a rookie is looking really good lately. Cortland Sutton's top 10. Give me the Broncos here. I know the Jaguars are going to win because I'm saying they're going to lose, and every single time I say they're going to lose, they're going to win. But nonetheless, hey, I'd rather have pick 22 than pick 28. So,
yeah. Listen, let's start it right now. Fire Sean Payton. Fire Mike Tomlin. We're sick of going to the playoffs. We're sick of developing franchise quarterbacks. Tired of this crap. We're Cleveland Browns fans. We're tired of it. So stupid. TK, what do you think, man? What was the game? Oh yeah, Jacksonville at Denver. I forgot.
Oddly enough, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just think they've been absolutely wonderful this year. Real quick, big shout out to Jacksonville Jaguars GM Jimmy Gladstone for making that trade with us in the first place. He had a vision for this team. He knew exactly what he wanted as far as personnel goes. He got the guy that he wanted. Granted, he's on IR right now. He's done a wonderful job of developing that. Of putting that team together. I definitely thought guys like Bayshall Tootin have been wonderful fill-ins. The trade for Jacoby Myers at the deadline I thought was lovely. You're getting superb play from Trevor Lawrence finally. So there's a lot to love in Duval County. I know those fans are absolutely excited. They have been salivating this whole year for something like this. I'm starting to worry a little bit when you went 5-4 and got that ass tapped out in London in front of all them folks. But they've been able to right the ship. They won 6 out of their last 7. They look really good, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pay my respects to the Jaguars, and I said I'd take this one.
Okay, I think the Broncos win this one. Man, we have not sent good football overseas this season. Just that we haven't done it. And listen, Raul Havana says, "Isn't Shador a top 10 quarterback?" Yeah, on this roster, sure. Yeah, there, he's right there, no problem. I'd say he's top 3 or 4. All right, let's move on. Let's go Falcons at Cardinals. Atlanta is a 3-point favorite in this one. We've talked about how good Jacoby Brissett has been in Arizona. Could be a long-term installment there. Could last a while. TK, I'm gonna start back with you quickly. Let's get through Falcons and Cardinals. What do you think? A couple of birds. Flipping the bird in this game. No, we're not flipping the bird. We don't do that.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcons on this one. I just think right now this is going to be basically who's better. They're both pretty bad. They're both in pretty shoddy positions right now. I think the Falcons take this one. It could be a close game, but give me Atlanta.
All right, listen. Also, Raul Havana, real quick, Brian, before we get to you. This Dwan Jones has his playing weight up to 800 pounds. Good. He can play left tackle and left guard. That's fantastic. That's good news. And then OG Powers 88 says Super Bowl, Super Brown. I don't know if we're allowed to say that on the show, but we just did it. So Ryan, what do you think? Yeah, sounds good. Falcons, Cardinals, Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals here. I like this Falcons team. I'm not super sold on Kirk Cousins. I think that's definitely a step back from Penix. Bijan Robinson is going to get his. Drake London is going to play today. Finally, he's been out the last 4 games, so that's a top 5 receiver as long as he gets back to form. And Kyle Pitts has looked amazing. Last 3 games, 24 catches, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns. Last week specifically, 11 catches, 166 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just finally looks like the Kyle Pitts for fantasy people who have been waiting for forever. But I have an affinity for Jacoby Brissett. He is a top 5 quarterback since he started. He's actually top 3, and people don't believe it. He, the record doesn't really reflect that 3-11 right now, but the offense has been riddled with injuries. They don't really have a running game. It's been confusing since James Conner and Trey Benson went down. There's a mix between Michael Carter, Mari DeMarco, and Bam Knight. Michael Carter is going to be the starter, but last time they announced that he was going to be a starter, they cut him right before the game and put him on the practice squad. So we'll see. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play finally going to come back and play. They said he'll be on a snap count, but in his place, Michael Wilson has been a top 10 receiver, and Trey McBride is just a dominant tight end, the best in football. I'm just going to go because I love Jacoby Brissett here. I do think the Falcons have a good chance here, but I think it'll be close, and give me Jacoby down the stretch.
Fair enough. Raul says Johnny Manziel's been drunk down like Jimmy since halftime Sunday looking for a job. Well, listen, he had an appearance on College Game Day that he missed yesterday. So,
really?
he's shown to not have reliable transportation. You got to watch out for that. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett, his rise from fantasy Dookie to fantasy Pookie has been meteoric. Look for the 30 for 30. TK, what do you think? Where are we at? I forgot. Oh, Falcons, Cardinals. What do you think?
Here did it.
Dookie to Pookie. What happened?
Said Falcons and Cardinals.
You already did that one. Next game.
Oh, you did that one? I am not on it today. I'm sorry. I'm clock watching. I'm so sorry. Let's go Steelers Lions. Ryan, just give us Steelers Lions. Detroit's a 7.5 point favorite at home in this one.
Yeah, screw the Steelers. Steelers suck. Their offense is bad. Their defense is bad. Aaron Rodgers doesn't look good. Nothing looks good. Even DK Metcalf, who they traded for and paid, is the 30th overall receiver right now. Not good. This Lions team looks fantastic. 4th overall offense. Their defense is still middle of the pack, 12th overall. Gibbs is just so good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is good. Jamison Williams he went from 4 weeks ago being in the 40th ranked receivers to 12th overall. Absolutely dominant. And that's in pair with Amon-Ra St. Brown. So they have a 1-2 punch there that is just absolutely incredible. The Lions are going to win this game. They're going to destroy the Steelers, and the AFC North will be up in shambles once again with who's going to win this shitty division. So,
yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's awful. Steelers, Lions, TK. It is your turn, right? I know what I'm doing now, right? I'm back? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Detroit in this one. I fully expect the offense of the Detroit Lions to explode on this wishy-washy Pittsburgh defense. Much like Ryan said, nothing about this team impresses me. Nothing has impressed me about this damn team this entire year. So I don't expect anything to change. Not to mention the Detroit Lions are hanging by an absolute thread right now. They are in the hunt at 8-6, and they need to make wins soon, or they'll be missing out on the tournament this season.
Yeah, they win. It's still not good. It's a 39% chance to get to the playoffs, so it's not good either way. But yeah, I think the Lions win this one at home. Raiders at Houston. TK, it's Houston's a 14.5 point favorite at home. The Raiders just aren't good. What are your thoughts on this one, man?
Another week of Kenny Pickett starting. Another dog shit offensive performance. Go ahead and give me the Texans.
Fair enough. Ryan, let's move on to you.
Yeah, Raiders suck. Kenny Pickett sucks. The only decent part of this team is Brock Bowers, and he can't really do anything right now, even when he gets the ball. And he's been riddled with injuries. This Texas defense is the best in football. Absolutely electric. Only 269.2 yards per game, which is crazy. The Bengals almost allow 500 yards per game, just in comparison. CJ Stroud looks like he's out of his funk. The running game is a little questionable, but Nico Collins, don't worry, he's going to dominate. Texans are going to win. They're going to beat the spread. They're going to win by more than 14. So,
fair enough. Yeah, I think Houston wins this game pretty easily. The Sunday night game on Peacock, on NBC and Peacock. The Patriots at the Ravens. This could have been like one of those matchups, right? But now no one cares. But somehow, Baltimore is a 3-point favorite at home in this one. I don't understand that. I feel like that's to encourage people to throw money at the problem. But whatever. I don't think that's the case. Ryan, let me start with you, man. Patriots at Ravens. How do you feel about this one?
That's a joke. Patriots are going to win this game easily. Drake May. I mean, their offense is 6. Their defense is 6 overall. Just absolute unit of a team. Drake May is in contention for MVP. 4th overall quarterback right now. Looks fantastic. Travion Henderson, when he finally got the starting job, is just running away with it. This Ravens team, Lamar Jackson. I have major concerns for Lamar Jackson right now. I mean, his whole stick was he can throw the ball, but also he is a dual threat quarterback and one of the best runners in this game. And since he came back from injury, the last, I think it's 6 games, he's had it's really bad. He's had like 120 yards rushing and 1 touchdown, and it's not good. He's not running the ball to where that dual threat running ability with him and Derrick Henry, and that's hurting them a lot. And the fact that they don't have a wide receiver 1, Zay Flowers, an undersized guy who I think is really good, but definitely not a wide receiver 1, is taking the helm there. I have concerns about this Ravens team. I love it because I'm a Browns fan. Screw the Ravens. Patriots are going to dominate this game.
Fair enough. Yeah, TK, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I got New England as well in this one. A lot of questions need to be answered in Baltimore after this season. Do they still think Lamar Jackson is that same beyond elite, all-world dual threat quarterback that he once was? And if not, they may have to change some things within that offense. Really hate seeing him being force ran. If he's resorted to that pocket and he's not the same runner that he once was, then that's something you need to live with, because he has shown you on more than one occasion that he is capable of getting it done in and outside of the pocket. So we may need to change some things offensively as far as our philosophy goes. But that may need to come in the offseason. Give me the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, I think Lamar has the yips with running right now. I think he's scared of getting hurt again, and it's definitely showing on the field.
Yeah, I would bet any money that string injury is kind of just lingering a little bit. And you know how it is. I mean, when you're taking off, that quick twitch move of, that first step is rough with the hamstring. And I know he's afraid to not to get hurt. He's not afraid to get hurt. He's just afraid to be out, because if he's gone, this team's absolute garbage. They're garbage anyway. Give me the Patriots big in this one. I can't believe Baltimore's the favorite. I know they're at home, but that's wild. Whatever. Let's move on to the Monday night game. The 49ers at the Colts. Philip Old Man Rivers will take the helm again for the Indianapolis Colts. Hopefully we got him some new cleats this week. I know we had to pull some trophy case cleats out last week or whatever. So hopefully we got the guys some actual new cleats this week. I'm sure they had time to get them fitted. I don't know, whatever. Where am I starting? Who am I starting with? Ryan, help me keep track of the show today. What am I doing?
I'll go. That's fine. I'll go.
You go. Ryan, go.
Give me the 49ers here. I love the Colts. I think their offense is really great. I don't have a lot of confidence in Philip Rivers. Yeah, he was serviceable, but it gives me more questions about Anthony Richardson than anything else. They did just activate him off IR, and he has 21 days to report. The fact that they brought in Philip Rivers, who hasn't played in 5 years, and then which is actually pretty smart, because he's got 10 kids now, and apparently the NFL insurance policy ends after 5 years once you're out of the league. So he just restarted that. So that's pretty smart of him to get in a couple of games and do that with all of his kids. But I don't think that's going to help him on the field too much. The 49ers, despite all their injuries, are still 10-4. They have the best running back in all of football right now, and a tight end that's still dominant, even though he was out half the season. 49ers are going to win this game.
Fair enough. Real quick, TK, Raul says, did Judy get credit for a completed pass last week? No, he gets an assist because they actually scored the goal right after. No, I'm kidding. Whatever. We're blending sports. It's fine. It's a good question, though. I love that one, because Judy should have got it. I'll hit him right in the chest. Anyway, TK, give me a Monday night pick. Niners. What do you think?
I'm going to go out on a limb and take the Indianapolis Colts at home. I expect a lot out of that defense. I expect them to hold Brock Purdy inside of the pocket. Christian McCaffrey is obviously going to be the main focus. You obviously have to worry about guys like Twan Jennings, Rick Pearsall, and, of course, George Kittle. But at the same time, we all know the focus of that offense is number 23. You focus in on him, get him shut down. I expect a much better performance out of the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Yes, I do think he will have a much better game. It's Monday Night Football. It's going to be in the house that Peyton built. That building is going to be absolutely electric, and I totally believe that the Indianapolis Colts have a big chance to pull that out. Feed Jonathan Taylor plenty. Get Phillip Rivers that bounce that he needs so that he can rip the football downfield. I know a lot of guys have been talking about his downfield throwing. Didn't look that pretty in Seattle. But, hey, listen, he didn't turn the ball over until the very end of the game. So, listen, I was looking for more of this serviceable play from Phillip. And I do think the Indianapolis Colts win a big one on Monday night.
Yeah. Listen, I'm team old guy, right? I'm 46. Give me the old guy. I'll take the Colts. Why not? I couldn't even walk out on the field right now without getting hurt. So good for him, man. Out there at 44, playing in an NFL game. That's awesome. Yeah, give me the Colts. Why not? I'll take the upset. All right, listen, we're going to take a 2-minute break really quick. We got to come back. We got about 7 minutes to get out of here. So we're going to do Browns keys to victory, Bills keys to victory, and then we'll get our score prediction as soon as we come back right here on the Inside Edge Network. Hey guys, we're back on the Inside Edge Network, the Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show brought to you by LPV Productions. Thanks for going around the NFL with us. Next time, please bring gas money. Stop freeloading. Let's get into it. We're going to get out of here quick today, guys. Let's get into the Browns' keys to victory. Please hold all laughter until the end. If they had it, let's pretend they had a chance. Let's say some things that they could do to actually win this game. I'll start with you, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, the most important key today is to ensure that Myles Garrett breaks the sack record today. Buffalo's left tackle, Deion Dawkins, will have his hands full with Myles for sure. Josh Allen is elite when comfortable. When pressured, he is the most he's more prevalent to turn the ball over, obviously. Browns defense will have will be the second challenge, as I said earlier, that Josh Allen has faced all season compared to the Texans in Week 12 when he got sacked 8 times. Get Myles Garrett the record today for sure. Secondly, they have to find a way to protect Shedeur Sanders from disaster, specifically early in the game. Since 2019, Buffalo is 9-3 versus rookie quarterbacks, holding them to an average of only 13.6 points per game and forcing 2 takeaways each time as well. That can't happen today if they want a chance of winning, which I don't think they'll win. But they need to have scripted high percentage throws early. Shedeur can't play hero here. He has to. The Bills have the second best pass defense in the NFL as well, which is not good for him. It's going to be a battle for Shedeur, but it's necessary. It's a necessary test for him for us to evaluate him in the future, despite all the things that's going against him. And then thirdly, the Browns defense will have to win the turnover battle by several takeaways today. It's simple. Josh Allen and the Bills will destroy the Browns so they don't get their hands on that ball, and Myles on the quarterback. Give me strip sacks, give me tip ball interceptions, give me disguise coverages that'll help create short fields for Shedeur. So
fair enough. All right, TK, quickly, man. Tell me what a roster that could win a game like this. Tell me what they'd have to do to go do that.
Well, first and foremost, for the Browns offensively, you have to be able to find the holes within that passing defense. Just like Ryan said, they are the second best in the league. For some, you have to be able to find matchups to exploit. Granted, they do have a top-level defense. Tre'Davious White is not the same corner that he once was. Neither is Taron Johnson. He's having a bit of a rough year. Jordan Poyer's a bit older. Granted, he's still playing above and beyond. You got to be able to find the holes. No forcing things. You might not be able to go deep as much as you wanted to Chicago, but there may be shots there to be taken. You just got to be wary of that. Somehow, some way, we have got to get this run game going. Another cold weather game against a middle of the road run defense. Now, I'd much rather take my chances with that rush defense than that pass defense, especially in this game. And third and most importantly, you got to get Josh Allen. You have got to get to Josh Allen early and often. As we know, he can do anything and everything and cannot do any wrong. So if you let him go about that, it can get very ugly very fast. You could be looking at a 28-0 burger at halftime. So yeah, you need to get pressure on Josh Allen in this game, as in any other opponent would have to going on the season.
Fair enough. There you got it. Listen, I'm going to stay with you, TK. What do the Bills have to do to win this game? I think there's any number of things that they can do. What do they need to do to get out with the win? They don't always play that well in Cleveland, I'll remind you. They struggle sometimes in Cleveland.
Right, absolutely. You have an all-world running back in James Cook. You need to force feed that kid. Granted, our defense is very tough overall. Run defense is not necessarily our forte. You feed for the football early and often between the tackles, outside the tackles, in the screen game, whatever you got to do. Make sure he gets the football. Another guy who needs to get the football for the Buffalo Bills today is Khalil Shakir. He is that de facto number one wide receiver ever since the motion of Keon Coleman. So you gotta make sure you get him in favorable situations as well. Give him the football early and often. His yards after the catch are what speak. Granted, he only averages 11 yards a catch anyway. But yeah, that's definitely another guy that they have to get. And you got to keep Myles Garrett off of Josh Allen. It's going to be a big thing that you guys know as much as anyone. Those other three down defensive linemen, you talk about Mason Graham, Alex Wright, and whether it's Shelby Harris or Malik Collins in there. Obviously, Malik Collins is out with an injury. But those other guys do a fantastic job of collapsing the pocket and making life a bit easier on the defensive line for Myles Garrett. You think of that offensive line from left to right, Deion Dawkins, David Edwards. Oh, my goodness, I forget who the center was. Sorry about that. David Edwards and Spencer Brown filling out the rest of the offensive line. I forget who the center was. But, yeah.
First thing you've forgotten on 16 weeks of the show.
Man. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, yeah, you gotta have that offensive line playing in unison today because they all push the pocket for Myles to be able to do what he does. So that's going to be a key thing.
Fair enough. All right. Hey, Ryan, quickly. Bills victory. I'm sorry, guys. We're up against it. I got to get out of here. Give me the Bills keys to victory. And then on top of that, give me your score prediction. We'll get right to it.
Yeah, first one contain Myles Garrett, as TK said. The only reason these dudes are going to be out there today is to ensure that Myles breaks the single season sack record. They literally could care less about the outcome of the game at this point. They're ready to play their last few games, go to warm weather, and watch real football teams play on TV. Contain Myles Garrett, and the Browns lose all hope and officially have nothing to play for. Secondly, let Josh Allen dictate the game flow. Allen is all-pro with 3,731 total yards, 28 touchdowns, a 101.4 rating. Cleveland's offense struggles to keep pace. If Allen starts fast, the Browns are forced to go into pass-heavy script, and they're not built for that against a very good Bills pass defense. It could be a very long day if Josh Allen gets a hot start. And thirdly, as TK said, let James Cook. James Cook has ran the ball 271 times for 1,415 yards and 10 touchdowns, 31 catches, 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. Currently ranked as the 6th overall running back. Very, very efficient. In fact, he's averaging 5.22 rushing yards per carry, which is really, really good. Sustained drives keep Myles Garrett and the rest of Cleveland's defense off the field and prevents them from dictating the tempo. James Cook should have a nice game. And then you said go into the score prediction. I got the Bills winning 30-10 here. So.
Fair enough. Okay.
I think Myles Garrett does break the record.
Yes, we got it. He's got to get it done. He's got to get it done this week, right? TK, give me your score prediction.
I'm going to go Buffalo 23, Cleveland 16.
Fair enough. Don't know what that is. Okay, put a comment up there. Don't think that is spam. Yeah, I think the Bills win this one. I think it's 31-10, 34-10, somewhere around that range. I don't think it's really that close, unfortunately. Whatever. It is what it is. Listen, thank you guys for watching. Please, we appreciate you being here with us on Sunday mornings and into the afternoon. Just please, on your way out, remember to just hit that follow button on Twitter. Just follow the Inside Edge Network right on Twitter. That way you can always be notified when we go live and you don't miss anything. Like me forgetting how to host a show this week, anything like that. That's fun. Or Kevin Stefanski's inner thoughts. Les incompetents. That's what the French call them. Les incompetents. He may get fired this year. Whatever. Here we go. Some Browns football again. We're gonna kick off in a little bit here. Enjoy. I'm sure there's some other NFL games on today that you can watch. If you're not into the Browns thing, glutton for punishment, maybe you can listen on the radio because at least that's still a quality listen. So, all right, guys, thanks again. We will see you next weekend on Illegal Formation. We'll see you right back here Sunday on the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show, brought to you by LPV Productions. For my buddies, for Ryan Mosser, for TK Dandridge, I'm Chad Bryan. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you next week, and remember to watch the Commissioner's Couch as well.
Thanks, guys.